Those are some of today's top medical stories. Now let's see what we can expect in the forecast with meteorologist Adam Bell. Adam.
Well, I think the sunshine is going to be abundant over the next several days here in southwest Montana. And as we look at your State Farm road conditions this morning, not much to talk about as we're looking at dry conditions all around, but there still is some construction projects going on, though I think with the cool conditions this morning might make it a little difficult. But later on today, we're still going to get into those 70s and 80s, so there may be some restrictions as you travel to and from work today, particularly along the interstates and the major highways here in southwest Montana with all those projects going on. Big high pressure sitting off the Pacific coastline, really dominating our weather. You can see all the Pacific systems now are on a track heading up into northern and central Canada, well away from us here in Montana. So we're looking at a very strong high pressure pushing everything out of our way and giving us just some beautifully nice conditions over the next several days. Very chilly in the mining city, 39 degrees in Butte, 42 in Idaho Falls. Still in the 60s though as you head down south towards Salt Lake City. So quite a wide variety of temperatures across the Pacific Northwest this morning and this afternoon as well. 70s and 80s across Montana. Much cooler with the clouds up toward Glasgow, but even Casper getting into the 80s this afternoon. And as we head into the evening hours tonight, another chilly evening under partly cloudy skies. We'll be right back.
Fair, accurate, to the point. This is Montana This Morning on Montana's news station.
Welcome back. What better way to start off your Wednesday morning than with a beautiful shot like this taken from our First Interstate Bank ICAM in the Bozeman area. Sunrise looking picture perfect. We just have a few clouds out there this morning, and that's all we're going to see as we look at the satellite radar composite. As you look off toward the north, you can see there are a few clouds from about Helena up toward Great Falls, and then of course a couple out in the Bozeman area as you saw on the ICAM. But there are a few sprinkles up toward Great Falls, but they will quickly dissipate as the day goes along. And as promised, that cooler weather has made it into southwest Montana, and here's the reason why. We actually had a cold front move on through yesterday afternoon, and we're still getting a northwesterly flow behind it, and our computers are actually picking up some of that rain up along the high line, and it actually should dissipate by about early this afternoon. And then we're going to start seeing that front move on out and off to the west. That's the guy to keep an eye on as the high pressure moves on into the western part of the United States, and as it does, it's going to continue bringing us some nice warm weather. You can see the clouds being pushed off into eastern Montana. By tomorrow afternoon, we're well into the 70s and 80s for all of southwest Montana, and by Friday, we're pushing into the 90s, so possibly a nice end of the work week on its way here in southwest Montana. 30s and 40s though as you head out the door this morning, so a chilly start. Take that jacket, it will come in handy because it's very cool. We're seeing more typical weather of September for our morning lows as opposed to July. As we look at your high temperatures today though, we are going to see very nice July highs as we get into the 70s across most of the mining city. Overnight tonight we're looking at 30s and 40s, so another cool evening on its way once again. Sliding over to the Gallatin Valley, similar weather pattern setup. Cool this morning, pretty nice finish toward Bozeman, out toward Livingston. Maybe a few more clouds for the eastern part of our viewing area and further to the north as well up toward Boulder. 77 degrees for your high. Overnight tonight, another cool evening. Mostly clear skies as we drop down into the 40s for those overnight lows. Lindsay?
Ahead, we've got to look at all your local news, but first, meteorologist Adam Bell is in with a look at your Wednesday weather forecast. Adam.
Well, Lindsay, it definitely does not feel like mid-July as you head out the door this morning. Very cold conditions. We're looking at more typical weather of early September as we have 30s and low 40s out there in the region as you look at your temperature map there this morning. The good news is it will feel like July this afternoon. We just have to warm up a little bit, but plenty of sunshine out there today will help us to warm up nicely into the 70s across the mining city, pushing your 80 degrees in the Bozeman area, so very warm conditions still likely this afternoon. We just have to get through the cool conditions this morning. Overnight tonight, though, again, we're going to see that cool weather return as we drop back down into the lower 40s. So cool conditions tonight, but better weather as we head through my 7-day forecast with warmer conditions possibly pushing near 90 degrees east of the divide. I'll let you know when and how that's all going to happen coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Adam.
Your accurate forecast from Adam Bell starts now with Storm Tracker weather on Montana's news station.
Well, welcome back. Good Wednesday morning, everyone, and happy sunshine. We're looking at plenty of it for the next couple of days here in southwest Montana, maybe even a week or more. So high pressure really getting in a hold of western Montana and the Pacific Northwest. And you can see that in the satellite radar composite as the eastern Pacific, everything is just going well off to our north. We do have a few spinning clouds sitting over here just to our north, and that has caused a few rain showers over toward Great Falls this morning. But us here in southwest Montana, we're looking pretty good. Let's go live outside and take a look at that with the Mining City ICAM here. And you can see the blue skies in the background, and our camera operator Ken over in Butte just actually moved the camera around. It was blue skies all around across the entire region. So we're looking at beautiful conditions, though it is a little bit chilly as you head out the door. The jacket will definitely come in handy, especially over in the Bozeman area. 41 degrees, a light southerly wind actually bringing the wind chill. Yeah, you have to bring in the wind chill in July even into the upper 30s. So a little bit cool this morning. So make sure you have that jacket for you. But this afternoon, that will not be a factor. Shorts and t-shirt, beautiful weather for that later on. 40 degrees over in the mining city, 39 degrees the temperatures so far for our overnight low, but look at the normal, 46 degrees, so unseasonably cool start today, but a very seasonable finish this afternoon. 80 degrees in Bozeman, 78 out toward Livingston, even Dillon getting into the low 70s this afternoon. Butte several degrees warmer than what they saw yesterday, 74 degrees. Wisdom and West Yellowstone, unfortunately, still into the 60s, but it won't be for much longer because we're looking at warmer weather to move on through. 30s and 40s overnight tonight, so another cool evening on its way. So jacket weather late tonight into tomorrow morning, but then we're warming back up into the 80s, upper 80s by Thursday afternoon in the Bozeman area, then the 90s by Friday. Little bit of a cool down, only about 5 degrees off our highs for the weekend. Then we're back hovering near 90 degrees all the way through at least midweek next week, looking still nice, warm, dry conditions. An increasing opportunity for some clouds, though, as we head toward Monday and Tuesday, both in Bozeman and Butte. But we're still looking very comfortable, though, as we're hovering near 90 degrees for Monday and Tuesday in the mining city. Lindsay?
Now let's check in with meteorologist Adam Bell for a look at your Wednesday weather. Adam.
Well, thanks, Lindsay. We're actually looking pretty good as you head out the door for your State Farm road conditions this morning. Not too much to complain about in terms of the road conditions themselves, but there may be spots where there are some restrictions on the roads because of construction, especially along I-90 and even up toward 287 and also right around the Three Forks area. Several places where construction actually in the weather is very cooperative right now to get a lot of that work done. So hopefully many of the contractors are taking advantage of this beautiful weather. We do have some clouds, though, off to our north, especially out toward Great Falls. Some scattered showers out there this morning as well, but we are looking at improving conditions as we head through the next several days. So today is going to be one of the cooler days, especially this morning, but by this afternoon, as we head toward the end of the work week, we're looking at very warm conditions. Across the state, though, watch for those clouds across Great Falls toward Lewistown, up toward the High Line and Havre and toward Glasgow, keeping things a little bit cooler, 70s for the most part. Billings, partly cloudy skies around 82 degrees, but western Montana, we're kind of a mix of 70s and 80s for the day today. Overnight tonight, we're looking at the clear skies for western Montana, clouds still hanging tough, but watch for those cool conditions once again across our region. That's a look at your latest forecast. We'll be right back right after this.
Now let's check in with Adam Bell for a look at your weather forecast. Adam.
Well, Lindsay, we have plenty of high pressure dominating our weather pattern, not only for today, but as we head through the next several days, not even just in southwest Montana, but the entire Pacific Northwest. All these clouds and all these storms going well off to our north, keeping us on the warm side and giving us a nice warm southwesterly flow. You can see the strong spinning of a low pressure system sitting over southern Canada, moving into eastern Montana. That's what's bringing the cooler weather that we're seeing this morning and those cooler highs that we saw even yesterday afternoon as well. Very chilly right now in Idaho Falls, 36 degrees. Butte sitting at 40 degrees, so some cool weather in western Montana and eastern Idaho, but that will quickly dissipate as we work our way into the afternoon hours as we still get into the 70s and 80s across most of Montana. Watch for the clouds for northern and eastern part of the state of Montana. Further to the south, we're looking pretty warm, still mostly sunny skies, 70s, 80s, and 90s, even out towards Salt Lake City. Overnight tonight, the region still looking pretty good. Clear skies for the western part of the Pacific Northwest. The Intermountain West, maybe a few more clouds. Look a little bit warmer as we drop down to the 50s and 40s for our overnight lows. We'll be right back with more news and weather right after this.
Adam.
Well, despite the fact that it's a little chilly this morning, we're still looking pretty good for our weather today. Plenty of sunshine to go around, maybe a few clouds for the northern part of our viewing area and the eastern part of our viewing area later on today. Still a weak little wave rolling on through. Sparked a few showers up toward Great Falls earlier today, but you can see them dissipating on the satellite radar composite. 70s and 80s for your highs today for the most part, a few 60s in those higher elevations. Overnight tonight, clear skies and a little bit on the chilly side once again as we drop down to the 30s and 40s for our overnight lows. And a look at the next 7 days does show plenty of sunshine to go around, so get out and enjoy it if you can. Plenty of nice warm conditions out there as we look at 70s, 80s, and then maybe a few 90s out there across the Bozeman area as the sunshine keeps things on the warm side, but we do have a few more clouds as we head toward early next week, but still not bad as we hover near 90 degrees. And as we jump over to the mining city, also looking plenty of sunshine, warm, especially for Friday, mid-80s, but then we still stay into the 80s. So really lots of nice weather. It's kind of nice to be able to enjoy some summer, and the warm weather finally looks like it's going to stay around for a while.
Yeah, I didn't know Montana could get so hot.
Exactly.
All right, we'll see you back here at noon, 5:30 and 10, and Adam and I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a great Wednesday.